Limerance is a state of involuntary romantic obsession or infatuation that involves codependency, it involves intrusive thoughts, and it involves a longing for reciprocation from the person or the object of your limerence, of the object of your affection. It is different from love, from real, true, mature love, because it lasts for a limited period of time, and it involves fantasy more than it involves reality. Okay, so if you've ever suffered from a crush on steroids to the point where you feel like all of your moods, all of your emotions are dependent upon someone else, upon their behavior, if your sleep is disrupted, if your baseline of your nervous system is disrupted, and it's more stressful, it's distress, right? It's causing disruptment. It's causing a disruption in your life. That is limerence. That is not love. Okay? And the good news about this whole situation is that if this has awakened within you, if you are an obsessive type, and if love feels so disrupting to you, quote unquote love, I think that this is great news for you, because limerence is a portal. It is a portal of your homecoming. It is a portal of your healing. And I think, and I truly believe, that some of the deepest healing comes from suffering from limerence, because it's a wake-up call, right? It's saying, hey, look, something is off. Something is, my compass, my inner emotional compass is off. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what to do with it. And if it comes up, I want you to look at it as a gift. Okay? And not to romanticize it, because that's what we're kind of going away from, but also what we're going towards. Because the point is, we want to romanticize the right things. And so we'll get into exactly what that looks like, and how your life can literally change from limerence, from suffering from a crush, any crush even. It doesn't even have to go so far as to be clinical, right? So let's get into it. Now, obviously, everyone doesn't experience it in the same intensity, and that's why I said that there is a spectrum, right? It can be limerence, or it can just be a crush. Both things can be used as fuel. But first, I want to get into why it happens and how it even forms, how it comes about, right? Like, what is the energetic imprint of limerence? So, if you do suffer from this, or if you have a pattern of this, you have likely been neglected in your childhood emotionally, whether or not your caregivers were present or they were not present. It doesn't really matter. If our inner children didn't feel seen, if they didn't receive the proper tools for emotional regulation, if they didn't receive attention in the ways that we really needed it, and if we didn't feel that care and that love, and some wounds formed, right? These could be abandonment wounds, right? These could be just neglect. These could be unworthiness wounds. Okay, these are I would say these are the main three things that allow limerence to sort of take root. Because deep down, it is just a manifestation of unmet needs, right? And so now the good thing about unmet needs is that we as adults have the tools to heal and to meet those needs, right? To become attuned to what our inner children didn't get and how we can actually make that happen now, right? In present time. So, I'm going to teach you how to harness this energy for your healing, right? Because at the end of the day, I want you to look at it. I want you to look at any form of crush or any form of limerence as fuel, okay? It is fuel for your healing, all right? First, I want you to understand that limerence isn't about the other person. It's not about the person you have a crush on, the person you are so obsessed with that you are giving away your whole life, basically. It's actually about you. And so this person, or whoever your limerent object is, can give you some key information on yourself, okay? So, for example, if you're obsessed with someone who's an artist, right? And they're let's say they play guitar. They're playing the guitar, they do their art, like you just look at them and you're like, wow, this person is such an artist. Like I am obsessed. He plays the guitar, he does like blah blah blah, whatever that is. You are actually looking to integrate that part, that as the attribute of them into your psyche again, right? And this is called the golden shadow in Jungian psychology. The golden shadow is very fun, right? Because this is the more positive part of limerence, right? It's just, if this person's nurturing, if they look at you and you feel so seen, something about them is allowing you to feel safe, to be seen, to be nurtured, right? So it just means that you might be missing, you might have missed being nurtured as a child. You might have missed that emotional, just being seen in all of what you are, in all of who you are, right? That's an emotional attribute. The other side is like, okay, if they're an artist, you have an inner artist that is kind of begging you to be seen. Like, hey, whatever, hey, like, hey, Newport, for me, like, own this part of you, right? Like, you are an artist. Like, let's make our life into something that's full of art. And if there's someone who is very bold, right, and you're attracted to those types, you are someone who's probably bold yourself, but you have exiled this part of you away in your psyche because maybe someone has told you, made a negative comment about it. Maybe they've said, oh, like, look at this other person, like they're too bold, like they're too much, right? And so you decided in that moment to shield that part of you and to hide it so that people don't shame you, right? Like the way that you heard them make a comment about someone else, you don't want that, right? So it's a form of self-protection. Okay? So I want you to write down, really like get a journal out and write down 3 things about your limerent object or your crush or your object of affection that you see in them that you idealize. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Nurturing, artist, bold, right? These are just examples. You know exactly what it is that lights you up about them. And I want you to do the homework and find out where you have put away these parts of yourself, where you're hiding, right? Whether it's fear that's holding you back, from owning these things, whatever it is, I want you to just journal it out. Like, hey, did I need these things growing up? And 2, can I own these aspects and become that to myself, right? And this is just also a form of reparenting that I'm explaining to you about, right? We become the parents that we needed as children. And whether or not they were there, whether they did their best or they didn't, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Right now, you are owning your needs, okay? You're owning your needs and you're being that person to yourself that you really needed, that you've always needed. And that is going to give you such a deep healing. And you will feel so loved from there onwards because you're giving yourself exactly what you need. You're becoming attuned. You're realizing, okay, wait, there's something that I'm missing, right? And maybe it's this. Maybe I wasn't nurtured. So you pour that into yourself. It's important to understand that sometimes just being aware of where your limerence wound can come from, as I've talked about earlier, that itself can bring a lot of healing because you will see where that love was lacking, what you needed was lacking, and you're just looking to fill that void in the wrong place, right? You're looking for healing in the wrong place, right? We don't want to escape from our life, my love. We don't want to throw our lives away. We don't want disrupted sleep schedules. We don't want a disrupted nervous system. If we're looking for love, it will be grounded. It will be stable. It will make you feel safe. If it is limerence, it will make you feel the opposite. Maybe if that resonates for you, you can incorporate that into your little map, your key of whether or not this is healthy versus unhealthy, right? That will bring me to my next point, and that is that inherent in the concept of limerence is a sense of yearning, is a sense of longing, okay? And if you're yearning for something like romantic obsession, if you're longing for someone, you might be longing for a feeling of transcendence, right? Of spirituality, of faith, whatever that looks like for you. I'm not here to define that, right? That's completely subjective. But if you are limerent, then you might really benefit from a sense of spirituality in your life, from a sense of purpose in your life, right? And work can be spiritual, right? Like what are you here to do? Like what lights you up? What is your passion? And I think passion can differ a bit from transcendence, but it can give you that, when you're in the flow state of doing something that you love. Like maybe if you're repressing your inner artist and really your purpose is what lights you up is being an artist, painting or whatever it is, then maybe when you enter the flow state, you're in a sense of transcendence, right? Because you're looking for a high, right? Like we can talk about this however we want, but at the end of the day, where there's suffering, we're going to naturally try to turn away from that suffering and try to look outside of it, kind of escape it, right? And people do that through drugs. People do that through alcohol. And I would say limerence is akin to drugs or alcohol, right? Because of the amount of dopamine hits that you're getting. It is a form of addiction, right? And any addiction is a portal, my love. Any addiction is a portal. And so I know you can do this, right? So far we talked about what you're suppressing, what you're missing. And we've talked about spirituality and passion and purpose, right? Like why are you waking up every day in the morning? Are you waking up depressed? Are you waking up miserable for the rest of your day, for the rest of the week, for the rest of your life, right? So I would ask you, because you have the power to create the rest of your life, I would ask you to look at Limerance as a sense of giving away that creative agency, right? And whatever emotional fuel you're giving away to someone else or to this energy, right? Like Limerance is here. I'm pouring into my Limerance, constantly thinking about this other person, obsessed. Take that energy and put it towards something you love and make a life out of it. See what kind of life you want to live, right? Because we are creators. We have that power. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Trust me, you have that power. I have that power. We all have that power. If I were to give you a cocktail to transcend Limerance, I would say it involves attuning to your needs, seeing what was missing in your childhood, see what wounds are there, right? Like if you feel unworthy, then maybe you pour love, self-love into yourself because you need that, and you need a stronger sense of self-esteem, right? And I always talk about this book because I love it so much, and it's helped me through this exact thing that I'm talking about. It's called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, and it is quite life-changing. And there's a passage where it talks about the author, I believe his name's Nathaniel. He talks about how other people aren't our need meeting machines. Other people do not exist to meet our needs. Okay? We actually need to meet our own needs. And we can do that, right? And so look at how much power Limerance gives you. The potential of power, right? If we take it back. So, attuning to our needs, seeing our wounds, owning those parts of ourselves. Like, hey, I am nurturing. I am an artist, etc., etc. Finding purpose in your day-to-day. Really prioritizing joy. And really prioritizing just doing what you love. Like, that is the medicine. Sometimes that's all the medicine we need. And also just a sense of faith, a sense of spirituality. It goes a long way. Because if you're the Limerant type, you are someone who likes transcendence. And so meditation can give us that. Just connecting with the higher power, with spirit, whatever. However you connect to spirit can give you that. Right? And yeah, I really have a soft spot for you if you suffer from this, and I would love to help you in any way. If this video did resonate, please let me know below. If I can be of service to you in any further way, please let me know below. And I wish you all of the love and all of the healing that you can find on this journey, because it is quite a journey, and it is a wonderful journey. It just takes a lot of self-excavation, as always. But in the end, we come out to be more of ourselves, more whole, right? And it's very healing to overcome limerence. It's very healing to to just be more of ourselves and to be more of a creative person, right? But yeah, I will see you next time.